like 11 minutes early from when I initially scheduled the stream for 9:30. So small victory. All right, let me get that in the link. That's good. That's good. I don't know. How's everybody doing? Hopefully quite well. Next Monday night will be pretty cool. We'll have Monday Night Football. I mean, it's the Falcons and the Jets, but it's Monday Night Football nonetheless. It'll be cool. We'll watch it. I don't really know what we'll see out of it or what we'll take away from it, but it'll be Monday Night Football. All right, there we go. Come on, be low. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna check the audio on that. How is it? Pretty good. That's annoying. Gotta reload it. Sometimes it just doesn't work like when I load the thing up. Sounds pretty good, right? Yeah, it does. All right, cool. All right, cool. Underway. How's everybody doing? Good weekend. We did pretty good on our picks. And I think we went 10-6. Started terribly, but like toward the end of the weekend, I looked like a shark. I was just fucking picking games out of a barrel. I was like, well, that one's going to be a winner, and that one's a winner. So that felt pretty good. It was like breaking off like the preseason rust. It's just like, oh. Now I have to make guesses because I'm guessing more teams will play starters this coming weekend. It's kind of like the hypothesis I'm working on. We'll actually see we know we won't see Brady, but we'll see probably like the Chiefs will play Mahomes and company a little bit longer. The Patriots will probably let Jones and company will play. We'll see a little bit more from the starters who did wind up playing this last week. I'm sure no one's going to be running anymore this week in terms of quarterbacks. What's up, Daniel? What's up, Mike? I'm sure after what happened to Wilson, every coach is like, yo, quarterbacks, what don't we do in the preseason again? That's right, run the football. And why don't we run the football in the preseason? That's right, Zach Wilson tore his MCL and bruised his entire knee. And it's precisely why you probably shouldn't be running the football in the and I'm only making light jokes of it because he only tore his MCL and he's probably only out for about 4 weeks. 4 to 6, I'm guessing. Because if you're the Jets, no reason to. Yeah, like, why would he do that? Just go down, dude. It's the preseason. You notice no one else rushes like that in the preseason? Other quarterbacks just kind of go down. And defenders get really pissed off when you start running around in the preseason like that. They'll hit you dirty. Because it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, half the guys out here are probably not even going to make the team. And you're out here, like, showing them up with your fucking... What do you... Just throw the ball or take a quick sack. It's not that serious, Zach Wilson. Maybe he doesn't know that the games don't count. I do feel bad for him, though, because, I mean, the kid looks like he was about to take a major step forward. It looks like he'd finally gain the respect of his teammates. It looks like he was starting to figure out the hard intangibles that really make or break a quarterback in the league, and that's pretty brutal. Because those things are hard to get back and hard to get yourself going again on in terms of those small developments. And if say he comes back and the team's 3-1 or 4-0 with Flacco or Mike White, it's gonna be a tough locker room to get back away from one of those guys. Because it's well, why would we go back to Zach when he could use some more time to recover when we could just ride with the guy with the hot hand. Because Wilson, I don't think is established enough in the locker room to be like an absolute like what's the word I'm looking for? Like, there's no way he's not going to be the starter type. I don't think that's him yet. I don't know. Anyway, anyone else have any crazy observations from this weekend other than you should never run in the preseason when you're a quarterback? It's my biggest takeaway. Yeah, lock. Or do you just mean Wilson's the lock to be starter? I thought you meant like Locke will be the starting quarterback. I was like, yeah, probably, based on what I've seen out of Seattle. Yeah, I think he's winning that job. It really looks like it. Oh, Wilson. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's his job, but unless one of those guys has like a really good run there when he's not playing, I don't know. I mean, that could be a locker room thing, Mike. Like on any other circumstance, I'd agree. We're like, yeah, Wilson wouldn't be, he would be the starter because they probably won't be that good without him. But like if they're good without him though, it's like, ooh, that's a tough sell back to a locker room that he just won over. I think the only reason he won the locker room over was because of the whole MILF thing. But hey, you know what? You never know what it takes to win a locker room. Sometimes it just has to come out that you got the dog. Yeah, that's what I mean. He can't come in and interrupt anything. So if they're doing good, or even like 3-1, 4-1, like 3-3, he can take back the team over. It's just like, oh well, that's his team. 4-2 though, it's kind of like, oh, do you really want to interrupt that? You're better than you were almost the last two seasons combined, New York. But yeah, Seattle though, it appears that Drew Lock has taken a major step forward as the like the front runner for the job. His numbers were pretty goddamn special against. I mean, I think they were in a losing effort, but again, he looked good when he was not getting the shit beat out of him. When the O line was actually protecting him, he looked like a good quarterback out there. So I don't know. Maybe Drew Lock, his redemption arc in Seattle starts. He's got weapons. I mean, DK Metcalf was pretty. He's pretty gung ho about staying out in Seattle. So. I say that is because they're starting. Yeah, I know. I seen their schedule. It's not good. What's up, Tom? How you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome. We're just kind of messing around, talking about like takeaways from the weekend. I don't really think, like, to be honest, I was gonna spend like 30, 40 minutes on this part, just kind of looking at games, talking about random stuff from the games. Because I have stuff I could say about a lot of these, but like this one, I have no idea how the Chargers lost a game that the Rams did. Like I'll give you my takeaway from each of the games. For example, like I'm not really sure how the Chargers lost a game that the Rams have openly stated in the past that they barely try in. And it's like, well, that if I was a Chargers fan, I'd be very worried about that, especially knowing the actual philosophy of like that team is to just not really try. Look at the Vikings, look at the Bengals. They're manned by like McVay disciples, and it's like they barely do anything in the preseason. And it's like, oh, doesn't that might be worrisome if I was a Chargers fan? Be like, uh-oh, we lack sincere depth. I didn't see them. Did Tua even play in that game? Or are you just talking about in practice? I know that I know one thing, that Tua Tagovailoa was not on the NFL Hot 100, the top 100 list. Unless he's in the top 50, which I sincerely doubt that he was put inside the top 50. When both of when both of his receivers have openly stated. One tries to walk back the statement going, "I was just trying to help Matt get drafted higher." It's like, "Yeah, sure, buddy." But he did say Matt he preferred Mac to Tua. I'm just saying. And now Mac's the 85th ranked player in the NFL and Tua's not ranked. Hey, this is only voted on by players and coaches, so it's only twice as legitimate as any other kind of poll. Fan polls are garbage. Who gives a shit what the fans think about who's the best? No offense to us, but we're all pretty brain dead. My top 10 looks a lot different than everyone else's top 10 players currently in the league. Even experts are kind of like, well, I don't give a shit what they think. I mean, the players is where to get the best information for that. Like, coaches, too. I love when people argue with the list. They're like, this list is bullshit. It's like, well, I mean, it's decided on by coaches. I don't think it's really bullshit. Unless you don't think the NFL coaches know enough about football. All right, cool. I'll just send some out. But yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he played anyway. A lot of teams just didn't play starters this week. I mean, it's the first week of the preseason. There's not much you need to really play. Unless you're a brand new quarterback and a brand new everything, or there's a battle going on at your position. Like, playing a vet in the preseason is just like a recipe for disaster. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Tyreek's only going to help him. He won't hurt him. Did he really say that? That's a brutal quote. That's probably one of them like ball sack or like million like cringy like fake he accounts that exist now. Like those are kind of getting gay. It's like, yeah, it was funny once when Barry was doing it and getting people, but now everybody just feels like a sad copy of that guy. He spawned a whole really boring industry of people who are like, I tricked ESPN with my name Ballsack Sports. Like, good for you, dude. I'm sure you're actually just someone that works at ESPN and they're doing this on purpose to, like, see if they can do something. Or it's like an intern or... Oh, it was legit, though? Oh, shit, really? Hell yeah. That's pretty good. Some guys like to play. I don't know. I just don't think it's... Well, I mean, the Chiefs have a lot of newness, don't they? Whole new, like basically a whole new offensive people. So it's understandable why Mahomes and some of the starters would have played in that game, actually. Again, when there's a lot of newness, you want to get as many reps in as you can. More reps is only good for, just getting like through some of the weird awkwardness of actual game speed, getting like just a few actual game speed is very important to get reps in. It's impossible to simulate in practice. You can try, but like you're never gonna hit your guys the same way, or you shouldn't be hitting your guys the same way you hit the opponents. That's pretty fucked up. Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard what was it, like a couple series? Like a good chunk of the first quarter? Yeah, I was gonna say like they played a while, but I think again, I agree with him playing a little bit. What was his response, Tom? Hopefully it's good. Color's pretty funny sometimes. He can be hilarious when he hits the right. Like he's got all kinds of head damage though. I think he's open about it. He says he has like weird problems with his head now. But whenever his shit like focuses up and lines up just right, oh man, Jay Cutler's had some of the greatest fucking just one-liners in post. He's way more better. He's like way better post-retirement Jay Cutler, because he pretty much won a lot of mail. He basically somehow, what did he do? He did some shit and basically won a divorce, and everyone's like, oh yeah, he's like the Messiah. I think he got most of that show money from Kristen Cavallari when they divorced, or something crazy like that. They did something to where like he won and he got paid money because she had more money than him, so she had to pay him out, and it was a giant W for men everywhere one day. Yeah, it was something like that. Like she had made way more money than him, so she technically, and I think she had to pay him alimony, which is I don't think that one's true, but I do think that she had to she lost money on it, and he gained a substantial amount of cash, which is only fair. He helped her make that money from that show. He was a supportive husband. You know? He's entitled to some of that money. Is that what you say? Basically told the reporter that the reporter's teacher is the only thing he regrets because he was probably taught that no question is dumb because the reporter's question was dumb. Really? Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Cutler has any regrets from his NFL career. Was that supposed to be like a gotcha question to him? I don't know. I'm a little confused as to why he got so angry, but hey, by the way, thank you everybody for the likes so far. We're up to 7. If you haven't left a like, consider doing so. Helps the stream out, yada yada. Seems like a weird response to get so darn angry over what really amounts to probably not that much. Yeah, like we said though, he's got some head problems, so can't really expect like measured responses from that guy. But let's see. Vikings Raiders went about as I expected. Raiders look pretty good. Cowboys always lose to the Broncos. There's not much really there to discuss. Saints, I don't really think played anybody, and the Texans, I think played people. If I'm not mistaken, hold on, let me look at this. I believe they played their starters at some point in this game. They didn't. Oh wait, that's the other team. No, okay. Oh, they did. Okay. So yeah, the Texans straight up played their starters. So I'm not, and the Saints probably didn't. They at least didn't play their starting quarterback. Is the Trey Lance hype too much? Yeah, I would say so. I mean, they have like the 4th or 5th best odds to win the Super Bowl right now, the 49ers do. I would say that's a little bit too early too soon. But I don't know, he seems all right. Browns Jaguars, really no comment. Deshaun Watson though, he made his Browns debut and it went really really well. Yeah, 4th or 5th best or something like that per a lot of per Vegas. I think 5th best. I mean, it's good to see records get broken. You don't want to the thing is, as long as I'd like to see Brady be like the ruler of the NFL, it's also like, well, that might get boring pretty soon. Hopefully, somebody can eventually take some records from the guy. Hopefully, it doesn't just like stand forever that Brady holds all the records, and it's like, well, I guess that's pretty boring. I guess the league's over. We found the best player. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that would be kind of quite the bummer. Uh, Plenty of quarterbacks have gotten hurt and left games. What are you talking about? I need more advice or I need more what's the word? Not advice, but I need more than that. Plenty of a lot. It's not really like what year, what week. Is there a team? Some Mark. Actually, Justin uses 17 game season caveat. Yeah, I mean they do it for. I mean they should use it for the 14 to 16, and then boom to 16 to 17. And then if it goes up to 18 even, then they should kind of caveat that as well. You excited, Karam? What's up, Ape? You guys can leave a like to help to get the stream pushed out a little bit. Helps the stream out, yada yada, so on and so forth. You know the drill. How you guys doing? Dude, I was you're excited for the football season? That's cool. How the season's gonna go? Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. 18 penalties in a preseason game is it's pretty bad. It's pretty hard to ignore that level of not good. I'm not watching baseball, no. You know what's even more hilarious about that? What's that? Do you need a way to watch the game? I think the game's already over, the Tigers game. Or it's pretty close. Oh, you're talking about Zach Wilson that got hurt. Yeah. That's you need a way? Okay, hold on one sec. Here, I'll hook you up. Just leave a like on your way out. You know the drill. Go away, bitch. Go away. I hate pop-ups. I hate pop-ups, dude. This site works really good. Here you go. He's not even oh shit, what? I missed something. Yeah, it was Zach Wilson. He tore his meniscus and he bruised his knee. He's out for at least 4 to 6 weeks, Tom. They're saying it's like 2 to 4, but I guess he's already had the surgery. So it could be, I guess, week 4 he comes back, but I'm guessing it's the latter of the 2 to 4, with a couple extra weeks added on at the end for good measure. That's my best guess. I appreciate you, Mark. They had that many penalties in last year. The guard Connor Williams was either the first or second most. Yeah, now he's on the Dolphins, and they're trying to tell us like getting Connor was a great thing. It's like, well, you better hope Connor just had a really, really off season, and somehow gets better on a team that does not do good with developing offensive linemen whatsoever. Oof. Because there is kind of like a thing with the Miami Dolphins. They're not exactly. Yeah, I know, Tom. It's not good. Not good at all. What happened with Zach Wilson? I would say it's safe to say he's a prime example of why you don't let your quarterback play that much in the preseason, nor do you let him run around like that. Or it's just like, dude, what do you do? Like, you can run. You don't have to do that. All you're doing is potentially about to hurt yourself and torn meniscus. Lions and Falcons, that went about as expected. It was kind of like a toss-up who'd win. I guess all you could really take away from that is the Falcons have, like, I guess, better backups. Or, like, the Lions just don't, I don't know, their defense isn't the greatest. Yeah, run out of bounds. Just don't slide and, like, take risky plays. There's nothing to gain there. Aiden Hutchinson looked pretty good, though. That's pretty nice. Titans and Ravens. I'm surprised the Ravens won that game. All right, Tom. Whenever I see Jerry and Stephen Jones, it feels like I want to throw up. Yeah, they just like forgot to get guys who don't jump off sides or false start or hold or whatever various penalties you can think of, just put them on in there and enjoy. It's spectacularly bad. It's like spectacularly bad. Damn, you know what sucks? All them people came in and none of them left a like, like Karam and them. It's cold-blooded, Karam. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's pretty much week one. I mean, unless there's something crazy I'm missing from one of these games. The one thing that's super surprising is how bad the Cardinals beat up on the Bengals. That was an absolute slaughter. 36-23. It's like, what are the Cardinals doing? They're going into they're in full-on Cardinal mode right now, scoring an obscene amount of points really early on. They're going to tucker themselves out by week 5 this week. They're like, we're going hard all preseason. Yeah, that would have been nice to see. Yeah, the Patriots defense is very close on a lot of picks. And they played very well against New York's starting unit, despite we played our rookie defense against them. I don't think Ronnie Perkins played in that game, Mike, which is kind of notable that he might be, in fact, a starter. Oh, yes. One of the things that's going to be hilarious to talk about. Let's jump up to the top 100. This is probably where to start. But this was also a great moment last night. I was watching this and kind of keeping my eye on it, wondering where certain players were going to show up. I was like, I wonder if the man I've been hurt all offseason is going to be higher than Mac. We see the first 15 go by, and it's like, uh-oh. And then Mac pops in at number 85. That was pretty cool. We'll get to we'll get to other people. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting to see where Tua showed up. I figured, he's got to be at least top in 50 through 100 because, there's no way he's 50 through, 1. It's like, well, there's no way he's better than the top 50 guys in the league unless, there's some weird attempt to just, really sell Tua going on. Do you want to guess what number he is, Mike? Anybody curious? What number will we find Tua at? Is there any guesses? To those of you who've already heard me talk about it, you probably already know the answer. But remember, this is a league voted on by players and coaches, people who probably know the league the best, especially the coach side of it. I would fair to argue anyway. What do they know about talent? Fucking idiots don't know nothing. Okay. What about the guys who play the game? I know more than they do. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to spoil it. You guys tell me where you see Tua when we go through some of these. 100 is Kyle Juszczyk. That works. I don't know. I don't really see why he wouldn't be any higher or lower. When you're a fullback, you kind of have a limited impact on the game. I mean, he could be a little higher, but it also feels like an appropriate spot for him. He could have just stayed at 97 and there would have been no loss, no real gain. It would, it's fine. Somewhere in the bottom 3, it's just fullback. It's not even a disrespectful thing to the position, but it's just well, Mike. I know, Mike's a super Tua fan. He runs the Tuanon count on Twitter. What's up, Daniel? How's it going? If you don't mind leaving a like so we can get up into the 10s and stuff and whatnot, helps the stream out. Plus, you know, my streams don't do good unless we get lots of interaction going on them. How you doing though, man? I really enjoy your Twitter activity. It's really funny. It's been a lot of attacks on the Dodgers lately. Just random teams. It's like we don't care. But 99 is Kirk Cousins. Not a bad spot. Hilarious spot for him. At least he's a top 100 player, where he belongs. He wasn't ranked last year, so this is quite the improvement for Mr. Kirk Cousins. At 98, you have David Montgomery. He wasn't ranked last year, so congrats for his first time on the list. Teams are starting to notice. People are starting to notice him, that means. Ooh, Leonard Williams had quite the fall. He went down 13 spots to 97. So at 97, we have Leonard Williams. He was 84 last year, so we see quite the fall off. He's fallen off. He's mid. He's been ratioed, as the kids say. I don't know. Anyway. Jimmy Ward, who was not ranked last year, jumps up all the way to 96. Jeez. He's been in the NFL for 8 years, so he's basically finally starting to get the recognition he probably has longly deserved. Where was he playing that he just kind of just was so under the limelight? It has to be something like that, you know what I mean? Where it's like, wow, he came out and just, he's a lot better than we all thought. Was he like a Brown or just somewhere? Almost 1,700 players, 69, 696. Yeah, these is what I consider. I always look forward to these lists. I think this is like probably the best player ranking because of who puts the input in, players and coaches. It's like, well, yeah, it could be a little popularity based, but it's also like, well, the coaches don't give a shit. And there's only 32 votes on, you know what I mean? Like, there's only so many votes for that. So those probably are weighted a little heavier. 95 is CeeDee Lamb. He was not ranked last year. So he's entering his third season, and now he officially, he's catching the eyes of the coaches and his peers. Jumps up to 95. Congrats. Justin Tucker, last year he wasn't ranked at all, but after he hit that monstrous record-setting field goal, and basically, his 99% extra points is tops among active kicker. Yeah, he's like one of the greatest kickers of all time, so arguably the greatest kicker of all time. So, he, there's not going to be any kickers higher than him. It's pretty crazy that right now in the NFL, we have a top 100 player who's a kicker. I don't know. I think that's crazy when we have that going on. That means kicking's in a really good spot. Last year, Vaughn wasn't even ranked, so I don't know how that happened. Oh, injuries and stuff like that. He wasn't ranked last year, but he jumps back into the rankings at 93 right now, so congrats to Vaughn. Hopefully he doesn't do that well in Buffalo. Hopefully he stays healthy, but just plays bad. Hopefully he's a bit washed up in Buffalo, stuck on a 6-year, $120 million deal. Highly unlikely to be the case, but boy, oh boy, would that be cool, right? What else? 92, we have Tyron Smith. Wasn't ranked last year, so he jumps up. He's one of the only offensive linemen left on the Cowboys. Kyle Pitts wasn't ranked last season, but after a strong rookie year, he he belongs on there. Maybe a little bit low. I would say he probably should be a little higher, but he's also going into his second year. So, we'll see if we'll see as he develops along. I guess I'm trying to say. Wash like a plate and a hypochondriac? Was that the right word, or was you looking for a different word there? All right, that was the 1 through 90, 1 through 100, or 91 through 100. Here's 90 through 81. No sign of Tua in that one. I'm sure he's in the next group because he's better than, that low group of people. Odell Beckham Jr., who was not ranked last year, finds himself back in the top 100 for the NFL players again. And he's ranked number 90. It looks like his little exorcism out of having to be stuck with the Browns really kind of, and then going over to the Rams really revitalized the guy, much like Matthew Stafford was revitalized. Oof. Here's another fall here. We've got Marshawn Lattimore. He drops from 86 to 89. It's not really much of a fall off. Still kind of in range of where he was last year. Just a little, not as good as last year. Yeah, Tua's coming up. Don't worry. He might even be ahead of Mac. So let's not jump ahead of ourselves. All right, we're at 88. Jonathan Allen. He's the only player in the top 100. Oof, poor Terry McLaurin. That's kind of disrespectful. At 88, they got Jonathan Allen, and it says the only Washington player in the top 100. Like, sheesh. That's not good. Probably not. That's probably a typo. Then where is everybody? Down to 4 people. Oof. Stream's a dud tonight, huh? I figured people want to talk about football. Oh well, we're having fun. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I mean, I'd put Terry over Odell especially, and no offense to Jonathan Allen, I'd put him over Jonathan Allen as well. It's like, why was he the only guy from the Washington Commanders? Jeez. I mean, he's been a good player. Nothing against the guy, but it's like, well, why not Terry? Anyway, 87 is Denzel Ward. Been pretty good. Seems right. Got the first time being ranked this year. So, congrats. Way to debut. Shaquille Barrett jumps up 2 spots. Our first guy to actually go up a couple spots in the rankings. That's been pretty rare so far. We haven't seen a guy go from lower to higher. So he was ranked 88th last year. Now he jumps up to 86th. Not too crazy of a hop up, but the first time we've seen a guy go from a lower spot on the list other than not ranked like that. I mean, but that doesn't really count. Interlist movement where a player doesn't fall back. We see a guy go forward. So congrats to Shaq Barrett. Oh shit, Mac Jones at 85. So he was 86. So Mac Jones is 85. All right. Oh, that's crazy. In the month of November, the Patriots went 4-0, and he had 76 of 99 passes completed. That's crazy. He threw for 854 yards and 7 touchdowns. Sounds pretty solid over a 4-game span for a rookie. Basically 2 TDs a game. Astros are up. That's good. How you doing, Kev? Could leave a like, help out with getting some people up in here. If not, it's okay. I don't mind. The craziest part, though, is the Patriots went on a losing streak and started this season off on a losing. Yeah, I know. And then we just won a shitload of games right up. I fucked everything up. Hold on. Yeah, the Patriots did all their winning, though, like right in the middle of the season. Hold on. The only thing I don't like, this fucking this mic is super sensitive when you bang it. Now I gotta deal with a bunch of shit. Alright, there we go. Properties. Cancel. Just gotta double check. Sorry about that. I fucking banged the mic. I don't know. The Texans won their first game against the Saints backups. That was pretty good. I was pretty surprised by that. I was like, I don't think there's. I probably should have picked the Texans to win. I think I might have even had them winning. I don't really recall too well. But yeah, Mac Jones, he was a Pro Bowler, did pretty good. Hopefully his good play continues. Last year, Roquan Smith was not ranked. This year he comes in at 84, so congrats to Roquan Smith. Hopefully they can get his contract thing figured out. But as more and more information comes out, and we learn more and more about the situation, kind of seems like he's fucked. Unless he actually unless he just goes and hires an agent for like a week or two to help him get the hell out and pays him a bunch of money to get out. There's not much he can do, because if he talks to a team, it's tampering, and he represents himself as his own agent. You see the problem there? This is kind of talking about two situations at once, which is nice that I'm doing this way. But with Roquan Smith, he wants to get out of Chicago based on how everything's going. Again, he said he's willing to see if things work out and they start working something out, he's willing to stay in Chicago and make things work. But as of right now, he wants a trade, and they basically said no. And now it's coming out that if teams tamper, they're gonna get like clamped the fuck down on real hard because of the Dolphins and what Stephen Ross was doing. So right now the NFL is super sensitive to that stuff. You don't want to be the team that gets caught, because they sent out warnings about what tampering is, and basically, do not talk to Roquan Smith about coming to your football team. That's tampering. And look what we did to Miami. We will ream you just as hard, if not harder. So got to be pretty careful. We probably should tread lightly on the Roquan Smith situation. We'll see how it plays out, but he's certainly not in the best situation. Wyatt Teller, number 83. He was not ranked last year, so good for him. The Browns have a couple offensive linemen on their in this list. Actually, it's pretty cool. I mean, they have a lot of really good young players, but their quarterback situation was not good last year. Kenny Moore II made the list this year. Looks like he's going to be like the Colts guy. Oof. And good for him. He wasn't ranked last year. He comes. Damn, we signed this guy, but he just didn't work out in New England. Oof. Justin Simmons has the biggest fall yet so far. He goes from 45 last year, so Justin Simmons, the safety of the Broncos, he goes from 45 last year all the way down to 81st. Whew, that's quite the fall off. Maybe he was injury plagued last year. No, he had a pretty good year. He was second team All-Pro and everything. What happened? I guess he just kind of fell off because the Broncos didn't play so good. Yeah, the Colts are pretty good at finding players. I'm going to give them credit. So, all right, that's the 81 through 90. Let's go on to the next group. Still no Tua, but he clearly is at a higher spot than Mac on this list. We know he is, based on what all these Miami fans talk about. All right. Number 80 is James Conner, the running back. All right, well, Tua is definitely higher than a running back. Last year he was not ranked. He jumps up 20 spots this year to be on the list. He's probably my biggest surprise to be as high as he is. I'll be honest, him and Mac. Of all the people I did not expect to see on this list this year, through the first 80 people, I would say, for the first 20 people, was James Conner being number 80 and Mac being 85. I was just like, well, I didn't expect to see neither of these two on this list. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm glad the league thinks so highly of young McCorkle. That gives me encouragement. Do you know, I think in 2019, you know what surprised a lot of people? Wasn't Josh Allen on the 2019 list despite playing like complete garbage in 2018? He was like in the 90s, but he was like actually on the list. It was one of them shocking. It was one of them things where everyone's like, why in the fuck would he be on this list? Well, I guess the players and coaches turned out to be correct on that one. They're like, he's got it. He just got to work a few things out, get that mechanics under wrap. If I remember right, he was actually on the top 100 list after one of them god awful years he had in his first 2 years, and everyone was very, very confused as to, they were like, well, why would he be on the list? We haven't had any of those guys yet. But it'd be funny if Trevor Lawrence was ranked 41. I'd be like, well, what the fuck? I like Trevor Lawrence, but I'd be very thrown off if he was as high, that high. I'd be like, why was he this? Why is he that high? Rashawn Slater, he was a rookie last year. He did very, very good, and he's earned himself the 79th ranked spot. Congrats to Rashawn Slater. So far, I think, Jamar Chase will be higher on the list than him, but he's right now, I think, the highest ranked rookie so far we've ran into. Trey Hendrickson fell a couple spots. He's down to number 78. He was at 73 last year, jumps all the way down to 78. A little unfortunate. But, he played in the Super Bowl, so he probably don't give a shit. Darius Slay, welcome back to the top 100. He had kind of a resurgent year playing in a defense more centered around his abilities, kind of it was more suited to his ability. I guess that's the best way to look at it, because he was unranked, and now he's back to 77. Quite the comeback for Mr. Darius Slay in terms of his perception from his peers and coaches. Oh, boy. Boo. This is Mr. Crybaby himself in the flesh. He was very, very worried that Mac Jones grabbed at his ankle and pulled him down. I'm not even playing. The man fully cried on what was basically nothing, to the point where I think he even was, he actually called out for he said, what did he say? My brethren defensive ends, you know what to do. And then no one hit Mac disrespectfully for the rest of the season. It was almost like, Brian, why are you so angry at Mac for? And he was like, fucking grab my foot. Did it even hurt you? Well, no. It was annoying, though. It could have. Just looked at him weird, Brian. Oh, man. They're like, you probably should just drop it, man. That was the craziest drama with Mac Jones in the regular season. Does anybody else remember that, or was I fever dreaming that situation? No, that really happened then. Okay. At first I was like, maybe that actually wasn't really a part of the game, and I'm making up Mac Jones lore to make him sound way more badass, that he grabbed at Brian Burns' foot and turned him into a diva that told the entire league to go get him. And then the rest of the league just kind of went, why would we do that to Mac? He's pretty cool. So, yeah, why would you do that to the guy? What were we putting a hit out on him for? Because he grabbed at your foot? You fucking monster pussy. Sorry, I don't. But they've squashed the beef, though. I will say, if he does become a free agent, he's always welcome to come to New England. We'll work the bitch right out of that guy, because he is an absolute monster. Which is why I was so disappointed, because I was loving the way the guy was playing. And then he threw a fucking temper tantrum on Mac Jones, and I was like, what the fuck is this? If you remember, Mike, before that all happened, we were like, whoa, this guy's really good. All we were doing was talking about how, holy shit, this Brian Burns guy is really fucking good. And then and then all that happens. I remember the stream fairly well. I remember no one was even shitting on the guy till after he threw a temper tantrum. Hey, Antoine Winfield Jr. already. Hey, that second season in the league, he comes into he goes unranked, but he leaves the season entering his third season as a 75th ranked player for the player and coaches. So that's pretty good. Second biggest drop off so far is Demario Davis. I think he's the second. No, there was somebody else. Might have been a Saint. But another Saints player falling down a couple spots. This time he drops 10 spots from 64 all the way down to 74. not exactly ideal. What's up, Ben? If you could leave a like on the way in, I'd appreciate it. Helps the stream out tonight. But, yeah, so Demario Davis had quite the precipitous drop all the way down to 74. We'll see if health and, when the Saints, a lot of the Saints players on defense kind of just fell apart, and I think that the Saints kind of just being a very quiet team last year made it so a lot of their players just faded from consciousness, and they were putting in lazy efforts on defense, so the coaches were like, no thanks. Their season kind of collapsed, so it's a bit understandable. Corduroy Patterson was one of my surprise ones to see him get so high up. But with the way he was playing last year, I could see why he'd be quite popular amongst players and coaches. So it's also cool to just see a player like Corduroy get some nice attention finally. Man's been an absolute workhorse everywhere he's gone in the league, so it's just kind of cool to see him get some, some recognition. This list feels like nothing. Just kind of looking at it. We're looking for Tua right now. I'm sure he's coming up because we already kind of all agreed that there's no way Tua's like one of the top 50 players. I mean, I'll hold out reservation on that till it comes out. But like we're trying to remember. I forgot what number Tua was. If you know, let's not spoil it. But like we're pretty sure we forgot what number 2. We know Mac was 85. But like all summer long, I've been told that Tua's way better, and everyone knows that. And it's like, well, I don't know. I don't think anyone thinks that. So we'll see. I'm sure he's at least number. He's coming up soon. Yeah, Kerry Carpenter hit a home run. Did the Tigers win this evening, or is the game still ongoing? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did, Mike. I feel equally as bad for Corduroy. Hopefully he gets traded out of there. Quandre Diggs, the second guy to pump up a couple ones. Oh, the Tigers won? Hell yeah. Then all these people who aren't here have no reason to not be. I'm never watching them again. Dun, dun, dun. It just got done. Oh, that's cool. The first member, it's nice to see. That's actually an incorrect statement by the NFL people. We've seen one other person raise their stock so far from last year. Hold on. They just wrote an entirely wrong statement right there, and I want to point it out. Yeah, Shaq Barrett went up 2 spots. That's what it was. Aha, they're wrong. We literally I see. Look. Shaq Barrett goes up 2 spots. From 88 to 86. And then these frauds, because they don't know anything about this player, just went, he's the first one to go up. Wait, what the hell? Where's my spot? Oh, fuck, where am I? Oh, I'm almost done. Quandre Diggs. Yeah, they just didn't know what else to put up there. I think that's funny. Oh, and Kels has I think he might have the jump of the year so far. I don't think anyone's gonna catch up. Yankees suck. Yeah, they can't win anymore. How many we got out of Matt Ryan? How many more years do you think the Colts do? Probably a couple. Yeah, this feels right. I don't know. Nice to see that the players are respecting old Kelsey. Or Kels, whatever the hell how you say their last name is. He went from 91 last year all the way up to 71. So we got a bunch more to go through right here real quick. Only 20 more spots to really go through because 71 down to 51. That's not that much. We're at Tyron Matthew. Ooh, quite the jump. I don't know. Why did he fall off so hard? Did he do some crazy? Oh, yeah, he had a weird offseason. He dropped from last year ranked at 58 all the way down to 70. I don't know why he wouldn't be as popular amongst the league anymore. Cam Jordan, another Saints player with a huge fall off. He's down 23 spots from 46 last year all the way to 69. So, I mean, a sweet number. Arguably a better number than 43, but you don't want to have to fall off 23 spots to get there. You just kind of want to spawn in at that number. A lot of Saints players, a lot of Saints players have huge drop-offs. Now, I'm wondering if that has to do, and they've all been on the defensive side of everything. So I'm wondering if that has to do with coaches all being like, well, their efforts last year sucked. Zach Martin went up 17 spots, so far the second biggest up. He went from 85 last year all the way up to 68, so hopefully the guard, they can expect him to do well as a guard. Yeah, he's pretty good, pretty solid player. As long as he doesn't get hurt, he should be pretty solid. Or he gets over his whatever. Who cares? Buda Baker will dropped 48 spots. Jesus Christ. He was 48 spots. He was like 38 last year? 67 minus 48. Damn, he was ranked 19 last year? No way. There's no way I'm doing that number. There's no way I'm doing that right? He was a top 20 player last year. Damn, dude. I mean, if that number is right, if he really was in the top... We'll see if he goes back to his old spot. Oh, another huge drop-off. This is the second biggest drop-off. Well, you know what? To be fair, though, it's well-earned. DeForest Buckner, I don't know what happened to him last year. I forgot he was an NFL player. Since he's gone to the Colts, man's has vanished. He was once the most fierce player in all of the land. And then he got traded to the Colts. Gone. I don't know who that is. I can't wait for DeForest Buckner to be saved from the Colts. Future Patriot DeForest Buckner. We're going to sign. Here's my offseason goals for the Patriots. If you ever wanted to know. I'm already looking forward ahead of things, but I'm going to interrupt this to break up some monotony. Jesse Bates, the safety of the Bengals right now, correct? He's a free agent this year. He's a safety. Devin McCourty will be retiring at the end of this season. I see no better option than to sign Jesse Bates. We have a lot of money coming up. We're better than the Bengals. Fuck them. And then, so the safety, of course, would be a really good idea. And if DeForest Buckner is a free agent, him. That would be who we need to get our hands on, is like a DeForest Buckner type. I don't know who. I don't follow the Bears that close to know who that is. But yeah, DeForest Buckner was ranked 27 last year and fall down all the way to 46. Whew. I don't know why he fell off. He did great last year. Anyway, Derek Carr last year was not ranked. He jumps massively into the rankings all the way up to number 65. Congrats to Derek Carr. I think becoming the preferred quarterback of one Devontae Adams has helped his rankings, certainly. So we'll see how he does. Plus, the thing was I've always defended Derek Carr as one of the most underrated players. He's like criminally underrated, and I don't know how it happened for a guy whose numbers really aren't that bad. They're not great, but it's like, well, I mean, the dude isn't the reason they're losing games, guys. That's what that means. He's not doing enough to win, I guess, but it's also like, have you seen some of these fucking defenses it's not him. I've seen the Raiders lose most shootouts that they've been in the last, 5 years. Devin White, ooh. Ooh, that's a big fall off for him. 64 minus 36. What's the answer to that? He was ranked 28th last year. Wow. I didn't really see that coming. I thought he'd be ranked a lot higher after. Yeah, he was ranked 28th. Now he's ranked 64th. That list is fickle, man. Tua is better than Devin White, though? That's crazy. He's got to be. Watch him pop up, and I'm just being a fucking... Oh, that scared me when that happened. I was like, oh, it's Jalen Waddle. Whew. Okay. Yeah, he had a great rookie season. So that was impressive from Waddle. Despite being quarterback challenged in Miami, he had a great little rookie campaign. Caught over 100 catches, 104, and he had over 1,000 yards. So great rookie season despite not having a quarterback. Seems fair that he jumped up that high into the rankings. Yeah, exactly. They have a running back at quarterback, as some would say. Hey, welcome Chandler Jones, brother of John Jones. He's the sane brother. And he's fucking batshit crazy, too. But he seems to avoid a lot of the same problems that befell his older, maybe younger brother. I'm not sure who might be older in that family. Because I know there's like a slightly older Jones, so I'm not really sure if I don't know if Chandler's the middle one or if John's the middle one, if they're like a year apart, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, he had a crazy last year. The fact that he's one of the better defensive ends in the game, and his brother is one of the best MMA fighters of all time. He's gonna probably be in the if he can keep this kind of torrid pace up, Chandler. He could put himself into that conversation as one of the best quarterback rushing players of all time. Kind of very specific to his niche, but that's kind of what he is. He's a hired gun on the field. No, Tua didn't have any weapons except one of the best rookie receivers of all time. Yeah, I know. Hey, ooh, this one's a bad one. I think he was number 11. Oh, wow. Russell Wilson drops. Oh, it says it right there. He was number 12 last year was Russell Wilson. That's bad. Drops all the way down to 61 because he did that corny-ass Let's Ride commercial. Or, the Let's Ride stuff. That last year in Seattle made everybody hate Russell Wilson. They're like, oh, dude, that was a terrible year. That feels unfair to Russ. He's got the hardest one so far. 49 spots is brutal, man. No one's taking that crown from Russ. Well, if your thing is consistency, I think you should look to Corey Linsley. He was ranked number 60 last year, and he went up dash lines this year to stay at number 60. Guy who only can read the teleprompter. Lindsey hasn't allowed a sack since. I'm just reading it the way I think the author would have intended it. It's like just read it the way it's written. I am. Hey, congrats to Max Crosby, superstar out of Eastern Michigan. He went unranked of most of his career, and now he jumped up 61 spots all the way to number 59. No, not that many. 41 spots to number 59. So good for Max. Well deserved. He's really good. So good for him. Darren Waller fell off some spots too. I know he's got two guys in the top 100 on his offensive line in Slater and Linsley. And he's got a really good receiving core. Chargers fans are the kings of making excuses. And they usually actually have things that they can make. They're the most injury-prone team in pro football. I don't know how that happened. I think one of the low-key funniest things of last year was the fact that all offseason, all Chargers fans did was talk shit about how the Patriots just took a poison pill from the Chargers because there's, quote, no way Hunter Henry can stay healthy. You guys don't know what you guys just picked up. Then Hunter Henry proceeded to play in 17 games last year. Do you know how much that probably hurt Chargers fans to see that? They went, no fucking way that man is playing all those fucking games. Like, imagine being a Chargers fan and, like, you have the super talented Hunter Henry, but the only problem has been the guy just can't stay healthy for your team. You know what I mean? It just... And then all of a sudden he comes to New England and just doesn't miss a single game. Same with Kendrick Bourne. You know that's why the 49ers got rid of him, right? The 49ers didn't think he was like a shitty, untalented player. They literally drafted Debo because Kendrick couldn't stay healthy. And they're like, well, Debo's pretty much just like Kendrick, but he turned out to be way better. You know, it is what it is. For now, anyway, with Kendrick. Again, he's had health problems. Last year was, again, I think for him, the first year he stayed healthy almost all season. I think actually all season. And he attributes it to the Patriots. They do things differently, according to him. And that is not the first time I've heard that sentiment that the Patriots do things differently where you don't really get as hurt as much. Yeah, exactly. They play a very similar style. Not like Debo's obviously far more dynamic of a player, as we've learned. But, like, they're very similar in, like, styles of play. Very flexible use wide receivers. But, yeah, Waller fell 23 spots to 58. I think that's brutal. He's going to say he's, like, top 10 at his position. I think he should be higher than that. Ooh, Kyler Murray dropped off 18 spots. You know that they actually only had him drop off the number of inches in his height? So he's approximately... hold on, I have to know the number. He's 18 inches tall, so they were like, Kyler, we got to drop you 18 spots so no one figures out that you're only this big. He's like, okay, man. And then they shrunk him down and put him on a cover with a bunch of teenage boys screaming in the background. And then they put him next to LeBron's other kid's son, and they played on Sports Illustrated magazine. And a bunch of the FaZe kids are like, look, we're on the cover of Sports Illustrated because of our gaming clan. It's like, well, no, I think it's because it's Kyler Murray and LeBron James Jr. Playing video games with you guys is why you're on the cover. But all right, that's cool. I mean, I'm rooting for him. But another Dolphin. Oh, Xavier Howard. Damn, he fell off hard. Down 39 spots this year is Xavier Howard. Oh, Mike, you're about to do some Call of Duty match. Oh, no, Kyler, yeah. Yeah, he's like, listen, I got to drop into Nuketown. I got Fortnite to play. Yeah, that's a bad fall off. From top 20 all the way down to 56. It's pretty brutal with 39 fall-offs for cornerback Xavier Howard of the Miami Dolphins. Oof. Another Cleveland Browns player, Joel Bitonio. What is that? 3 fucking linemen for the Browns right now that are on this list? I don't think he was ranked last year. Yeah, he wasn't ranked last year. So congrats. He has a huge come up all the way from unranked to 55. Good for him. Jeffrey Simmons, Tennessee Titans defensive tackle, up 24 spots. That's one of the second biggest rise. Yeah, I don't know how Baker got hurt, dude. He's got great offense, and they had J.C. Treader when he was there. It's like, how does that even happen, Baker? He was 78th last year, all the way up to 54, so nice to see him get recognition for what was a really good season. Ooh, Mike Evans fell 5 spots, so he was at number 48 last year. He's all the way down to 53 right now, but he's been dealing with some injuries and some other things, so that was kind of an expected fall off. Hopefully he's healthy this year. Hey, Matt Judon! He exploded under New England. He came to New England, and he came to the team that he always should have been drafted by, that everybody knew the Patriots wanted to draft him. And then the Ravens went, we're drafting Judon. And he sucked there, and then he immediately came to New England and became a breakout player. So I'm not at all shocked to see him all the way up to 52. That's a great debut for Mr. Judon. Plus the iconic red sleeves. You got to admit, that's a pretty dope fucking look for a player. To just wear red long baggy sleeves. I don't know. I don't know why, but I find the look to be maybe it's my Patriot fandom. But it's also, I just think it's objectively a cool look. You could disagree, that's fine. That's just a nice look. Anyway, number 51, last one on the list that we can talk about because I don't think they're releasing any more tonight. I don't know when the next release comes, but it's he drops 37 spots from 14 all the way down to 51, so he went from top 15 all the way to bottom 51. What a fall off for Alvin Kamara. He has some problems going on, which might have precipitated the fall off, but you know. Damn, I just went over a lot of players. Woo. I don't know when the second part releases, though. Hey, Naseeb's going back to Tampa, it sounds like. Ooh. What else you guys want to talk about? Could just save it for NFL news. Yeah, Tua will probably be in the top 50 through 100 player, or 50 through 1 players. That's probably correct. I mostly agree with the top 100 list so far, anyway. I always disagree because they're probably put like Aaron Rodgers at 1. I'm gonna be like, that's annoying. I gotta listen to Aaron Rodgers fanboys, but he's number 1, and I can't really say anything about it because it's one. Oh, hey, Ravens. Marcus Peters was activated off the PUP list from his ACL. Hey, let's go. I don't really like that because that just makes games harder if we have to play them. But it's also like, well, I guess that's kind of a boo-hoo situation in my opinion. There was an interesting clip from Patriots practice. Here, I'll hop on Discord, Mike. Do you want to just talk on Discord? Here, I'll actually open it up to people who are who want to just come on. Yeah, that works. Let me just. I gotta make sure all my settings are good. All right. Fuck. Oh, I'm in the wrong settings. It's always like that, though. I'm always in the wrong settings somehow. Hold on a sec, guys. We're gonna get Mike on. I knew it would be like this. All right. That one. That one. Okay. Okay. All right, should be good. You could probably what happens? Sorry, guys. We'll be talking in a sec. Yo.
Okay, there it is. For some reason, my audio wasn't coming on.
Oh, there we go. It's coming in now.
Okay, so I might be able to pull it up, but there's this play, and it's labeled highlights, but it's not really a highlight. It's just like the skeleton offense that they're running. I think it's Brian Hoyer that's the quarterback, and then Ramondre Stevenson is at running back, and then Jonnu Smith is in line blocking, and then Hoyer signals, and then Jonnu comes off the line and then goes back on Brian Hoyer's right hip.
So okay, so they
then they step, and then it ends up being kind of like a dump off to Ramondre. I thought that was kind of an interesting play from the highlights.
They're finally starting to use Jonnu in a more correct way for him.
Oh, wait. Close it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, wait, no, I can hear you. I see your thing lighting up, but
Oh shit. Check your settings really quick. Oh fuck, you can't hear me.
you may be muted in Discord. No,
No, I'm not.
Let me just unmute my stream.
But I don't know.
No, I have it. No, it's me. I have my Discord tab muted.
Oh, now you're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I missed everything what you told me.
Oh shit.
I missed everything what you told me.
Well, I'm just making sure audio's something really good. Just turn you up a little bit. All right, you're probably good. What all? I'm not sure what all you missed. Probably everything.
Well, pretty much everything.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's a good play though.
Yes.
That's a pretty good play on Jonnu Smith though. It's nice to see him finally getting more use in the offense and more elaborate plays. But I hope he's getting the offense down, man.
Yeah,
I hope he wasn't a mistake.
Making an effort. I know. I hope not. I'm actually making an effort to use him. But
like at this point, I understand that Jonnu's a way better athlete, but it's like, why can't Hunter Henry do the complicated plays and just have Jonnu Smith run that basic bullshit ass offense they gave to Hunter Henry last year, so he didn't look bad? Like, why didn't they just let Jonnu have that? Instead, they were like, "Nah, you guys are definitely running a hard offense on him."
yeah, I hope we're not trying to just force him to fit, and that it really is just hey, the offense is too hard. We have to simplify, not like the offense is too hard, and we spent all this money on Jonnu Smith, so let's change the whole thing. Like I doubt that's what it is. I've heard that, but like I highly doubt that's real.
No, I think you mean like they're changing the offense? No, they're changing it because I don't think Bill likes Josh McDaniels' offense. He seems very content with the fact that we're changing everything and that it's just going to be for the better. Because I don't think it's a dramatic, massive change. It's if you watched enough of the game, you notice what the Patriots receivers were all doing. They're all trying to do double moves. They're trying to initially get a bump on the defender. They're all trying to they're actually trying to separate really quickly and early and use deception, movement, all kinds of different little gadgets and ghosts and things you didn't see the Raiders do in 2 games so far. So you're thinking, all right, that's not a part of Josh McDaniels' offense. The deception, the extra movement, the double moves immediate, every play at the line, no matter what. Even on a run play, put a double move on, then block.
That's the exact thing. That was another clip, and it shows that exact thing with Bill Belichick teaching Tyquan Thornton how to do head fakes and how to move, how to shake his head to the left when he's going right.
And then in game, and then that first game, he
fucked the defender.
He looked really good doing that shit too in that first game.
And we saw it the most when he was in the end zone.
Oh yeah, that was brutal. He brutalized dude. That was brutal what he did to that person. You don't get that open.
So many clips that I wish they would just put them all together and it's like, hey, this is the progression of Tyquan Thornton.
Yeah, he's making the team. I don't know who's making the team at receiver because that was a competitive battle for receivers.
Yeah, it looks. Oh, let me finish before because I can scatterbrain. I'll forget. That thing that he did in the end zone, he did to Terrence Mitchell like a week ago, where I guess it's because he's so tall, his legs are so long. That when he steps like a yard away.
Yeah, I think that's what's getting him. Is like he's got such a wide ass fucking step ability. It's like it's throwing these different. They're like, what is this?
Yeah, he just jumps and darts, and then he's like 2 yards away in one direction. And the only reason why he got caught kind of itched by Terrence Mitchell was because he was running a specific route and ran back into Terrence Mitchell. That's how he got him.
Yeah.
But even then, he still caught it and shook him. But yeah, I don't know who is. I don't know. At first, going into the first preseason game, I was like,
I was very surprised, Thornton. I was surprised how good the offense actually looked, despite like all of the woes I was hearing.
How
about.
much? Yeah. Oh my god, dude. What we heard was
we scored 21 points with backups.
Coach ever. Yeah, he was. Bill Belichick's crazy. He's losing his fucking mind. Somebody get him some fucking lithium. Like
With a
put him
bunch
in
of
a hole.
rookies
He's
and practice squad receivers, we wouldn't have put up 21 points. It's like I'm against a team that we didn't know was going to be blitzing in the preseason, by the way. Normally in the regular season, you adjust for the blitz. You have things correct for that. But, like, in the preseason, you don't expect a team to fucking blitz every, like, 79% of their plays. Like, what are
I
you
did kind
doing,
of see
Wink?
that where it's like, was Bill Belichick mad? I was like,
Oh, he was.
for
He
what? And
said
I was
something
like,
about after the
yeah, and
game.
I was like, that's kind of fuck. You know what? That's kind of fucked that you sat there and was like, let's blitz this fucking rookie. The fuck is
Yeah,
life
it's just
up?
like, dude,
why?
what are you
Why would you do that?
doing? But see, like, and when everyone told me who their DC was, I was like, oh, all right, it's Wink Martindale. I was like, oh, fucking, the Ravens DC for a really long time. That fucking dickhead. Anyway, let's look at some of these rookie grades. Evan Neal got a C plus. Yeah, he didn't do so great.
Is he the guy that Sam Roberts was beating last?
Yeah, and
night?
I think Anthony Jennings and Josh Uche were fucking his ass all up. See, Uche is going to be a fun emergence this year, along with McGrone as well as Perkins. Apparently, Perkins didn't play for I think Perkins is a starter. I think that accident. I think if you follow the way that Steven Belichick talks about Ronnie Perkins, it sounds like he's a starter because he didn't play last week, did he?
I think I saw him in one play, but I still have too lazy to go and get the NFL Plus thing because I kind of remember
Yeah.
seeing him. I thought he was number 51. I only remember seeing him like super late, and I only remember seeing him on one play.
Oh, it might be. Malik Willis got a B plus or B, but you might be right about that. Aiden Hutchinson got an A.
Yeah, he deserves A. Like I still don't know what the Jags were thinking when they didn't pick him.
Jerome Ford got a
Was
B.
that the Giants who took Thibodeau? It was like, oh, Thibodeau dominates. It was like, dude,
Yeah, they took Kayvon Thibodeau.
Like he was playing against the backups. What do you mean?
Yeah. The fucking Hutch was out against the starters.
Yeah.
Cardinals Bengals got another rookie graded with a C minus. Nakobe Dean, I think this was going to be one of the biggest misses in the draft. I still don't know how so many teams passed on him.
Yeah, I thought he was a Patriot for sure.
Dude, I thought, our Lion, several other teams really. Okay, Vex, it's
we
for
all
sure,
knew
man.
it.
Or Ven, I'm for sure Ven's playing Apex. He can't join. Well, thanks for tuning in. Are you just like listening with me on in the background? I appreciate it. Yeah, this was, and like him paired up with fucking Jordan Davis is such a deadly. They played together at Georgia at the same time. Like,
Oh my god, I needed Jordan Davis. I'm so mad.
I
wouldn't
appreciate
have
it,
mind.
Ven.
I don't think I would have minded if we
Would have
if
had
we had
Jordan Davis
traded.
and Barmore. Oh,
That's
all I think about.
I did too. That's what I was thinking. I was like, you know what? I don't care if we have two D tackles. You get those two fucking monsters on the D line. Who's gonna stop them?
That would have been a nasty.
You can't double.
Nasty.
You can't double two guys on the O line.
And now the Eagles got both of them. Congrats to them. Romeo Doubs got a B for the Packers. Oh, that's good. He's a receiver. The Panthers, they have Brian Robinson, an Alabama running back, got an A. Good for the kid. George Karlaftis good for him. Got a B plus for the Chiefs. Cool to see. Kyrie Lam got a B for the Bill. He was all over the fucking place. In that
I think
Bills
they finally
game.
let him play man. I think they didn't make him play zone.
I think that's all the Bills did was stick his ass in man and just have him do that.
I think he gave up one play, but I think it's only kind of one. It wasn't like a big deal.
I think the thing is he still has a little bit of issue with screen passes.
Like I kind of fell asleep in some of these games. I just fell asleep out of nowhere because
he was having issues later on, but he's going to be a pretty good corner.
Oh, I was lurking in the Bills chat earlier, and oh my god, they are fucking circle jerking on the receiver Shakur. Oh, he's just so good, right? I was like, dude, it was a preseason game.
I know, against backups.
Calm down.
It's like, dude, chill for a minute.
On that game though, it is kind of funny that they're making it kind of like, why didn't Matt Ryan put in more points? So it's like, you know what, just let it ride, just wait. This is the first game. Okay. Just calm down.
Like whatever, you guys.
Now I'll make fun of them if he sucks because it's the Colts. Why not?
Yeah, it's funny. But we hope he does bad. All right, we'll do the next two. For the Seahawks, you got an A minus up for Charles, or is that an A plus? I have to look at it. An A- for Charles Cross, very good. And then a B+ for Luke Godke from Central Michigan. He's the best player from last year's draft. The Texans took Jalen Petrie, and he a defensive back, and he had a B+. Where's the Patriots? A- for old Jake Ferguson for the Cowboys.
Oh
C+
yeah, Petrie
for
was another guy that was late, and they wanted us to take.
Agbonia. DT got a C+. We didn't get any.
Did they skip us?
Cole Strange didn't get graded.
Oh, that's not cool.
Why is it? Because Cole Strange is black or white? No, just kidding.
No, is that him? Oh no, that was not. That's not in that game.
Where's the?
Oh, that's kind of fucked up.
Why do they only do some of the? I guess you can't do all the rookies.
Yeah, but we played like they did him.
Yeah, I don't.
We were the first game.
Yeah, I don't really understand why our rookies aren't getting rated.
Oh, this fucking hate, man.
Oh wait, maybe there's an extensive list. No, sure isn't.
It just makes no sense though. Like, you started with that game and went, nah, fuck you guys.
Yeah, in other games they were including like 3-4 people a pop. It's like the Patriots had a lot
You know
of
what?
rookies.
They didn't do like, because I think they all played. They didn't do Strange. They didn't do Thornton. Like, they just like, nah, fuck the Patriots.
They're like, they drafted bad.
My
favorite thing with the Patriots.
Small risk.
Yeah, I like that they're a bad drafting team, but like, I don't know. I don't feel like they drafted.
I mean,
bad.
look at all these players that they have listed that he quote unquote went against at C+. I mean, all those guys got drafted in the same draft. Uche Jennings, Doug, of course, he didn't play, but he put like they all same draft. It was just like gimme, piece of cake.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big case of retrospect for a lot of people. Is when they have to admit that our 2021 draft and 2022 drafts were actually pretty good, because a lot of people don't realize that we added in McGrone last year, Perkins, and Bledsoe, and they didn't play all season long. And all three of those guys. What's up?
I said he's only going to get better. He's still coming off.
Yeah, he's slotted to be our replacement at middle linebacker for Hightower. You can definitely tell that
about halfway, probably a couple weeks into the season, maybe halfway through the season, he's gonna be 100 because once you start the season, you're gonna go down. But he's gonna get closer to feeling confident and injured. I mean, from being injured, and he's gonna really start flying. Like he was another one.
He's so fast. Oh my god.
The fucking linebacker, dude. He was so close to like 2 interceptions versus the Giants. And he dove sacks. And he was like a hand away from 2 interceptions that were like behind him.
And because the Patriots were not sacking the quarterback, do you see how many sacks he just let not happen?
Like it is not that I want to hate Hightower, but like, man, he was always going to be the replacement.
Oh no, I think Hightower understands that McGrone's the replacement. They found the middle linebacker of the future. Like the biggest sigh of relief is over now. So like, oh, thank God. And that Mac Wilson Sr. played really well too.
Oh,
that's
fast. Why I know people hated him when we got him. I was like, dude, if you just look at his highlights, you just look and you go, oh yeah,
and he's really, you know why we're really good.
You know why we got him. He's fast, stop the run. He can cover a little bit. He just buried in depth in the Browns,
and he looks a lot better. First-round picks. Also, he looks a lot better in New England because of coaching, I think. And he said Gerard Mayo is the best coach he's ever had.
Man, that Patriots defense is gonna be so. That's the only reason why I kind of wish we still had J.C. Jackson, because that defense is gonna be so fucking opportunistic. They're gonna be baiting quarterbacks left and right. Like week 1, Tua's getting baited. Like he's gonna have at least 2 interceptions.
Yeah, we'll see though. It's gonna be interesting. I feel like our defense is super underrated heading in. Well, I don't know. I think a lot of people realize we're gonna be all defense. I can't say the words Patriots have an underrated defense in this and be serious.
Nah, but the prediction is that they're gonna win 4 games. I feel like we can throw anything out there, and we can say, and it'll be valid.
If they only win 4 games, Belichick's gonna get fired. There's nothing that'll save him from some shit like that.
Yeah, four games is a little low. I
Robert
don't know
Kraft would be like,
that
dude, you
other
lost
good.
your fastball. You got to go.
Yeah, Bill, you can't draft anymore. You
Yeah.
only
I
teach
mean, at
one thing.
first, they'd probably just strip him of a GM. Well, we don't really, he's not the GM anymore. I forgot about that.
Well, we really don't even really. Don't get me wrong. Of course, I'm sure everything is quote unquote run by Bill, but like for the last couple of years, I don't really even know who's been drafting.
I'm thinking it's been that Grohl guy.
Because he drafted last year. Well, yeah, this last previous draft.
Yeah, in
And
the draft.
Casario, yeah,
Casario was
yeah,
doing the drafts. Let's be very honest about who was doing the drafts.
yeah. It's some picks you can look and go, yeah, that's probably Bill, and then
And
some
then
it's like,
there's
nah, I don't
that
know
was
who that is.
Casario. You don't really know because you're like, well, was that Jason Light when he was in New England? Help, like it's just like, oh yeah, I forgot all those got really good people like were part of New England for a minute. Oh yeah, congrats, Evan.
Thornton, Thornton was
Uh,
probably grown.
Belichick
I
isn't
will say,
technically the GM. We have a technical GM in Matt Grohl or
I
something
mean,
like that.
'cause technically
Because well,
Belichick
he's saying technically Belichick is
title.
still the GM, but like we're training this Matt guy to take over as the new GM. I heard
Is
it's a
Anthony
source that
Winner?
Mason could. Yeah, I heard that too. We haven't talked about that. Congrats though, Ven. Did you hear the rumors about where Mason Rudolph could be traded?
No, I actually haven't heard that. Where is he? Who is
Detroit
taking Mason Root
as a
for
backup.
what?
Well, when
Uh,
you have Tim Boyle and David Blau as your backups,
oh yeah, that's
and
true.
you can get maybe Mitch for like a 5th or 6th round pick, you probably take that move.
You
Like,
know
oh
what?
yeah, just throw those guys in the garbage. Give us Mitch Trubisky. Fucking cut
You
both
know
of
what?
them.
That does make a lot of sense, especially since on like the Pat McAfee show this morning. Well, I guess this evening there was a lot of like, oh, Mason's looking really good. I mean, he's really, really good. Yeah, it's trade bait.
Yeah,
Well,
guys,
they're trying to
that's what
pump
it
his trade
is.
value.
Your Pittsburgh is throwing him off the boat now. He's definitely a quarterback that could help if the game is on the. Yeah, I'm glad the Lions are going in and trying to get a guy like that too, because it shows me the Lions are like willing to try. They're trying to improve at all that. Even at their backup levels, they're like these guys aren't gonna fucking cut it. In case Goff goes
Yeah.
down, we need something that's actually competent. But yeah, it's Mason. I don't know. I keep thinking I'm confusing Mason with somebody else. Who am I confusing
Mr.
him
Trubisky.
with?
Oh,
Oh, it is Mitch Trubisky.
Mr.
That's
Trubisky.
that's who I'm confusing him with. Yeah,
Oh no, if they can
Mason's
get
not as
Mr.
bad.
Trubisky, yeah, you take him now.
No, but I think Mitch is winning the starting job over in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Mitch and then Kyle Piquet. I think that's going to be their. Yeah, I would put Mason ahead of Goff on the depth chart too, Nathan.
Ugh. Ah, Mason.
Same here,
Mason's
Karam.
probably
It's a
behind
confusing
golf.
thing. Front offices are hard to figure out. Confusing place. Hey, you never know. Maybe that 1 year of Brian Dabble fixed up Mitch Trubisky really good. I don't know if 1 year is enough to completely fix a quarterback, but you know, how long was
I
Dabble's
really,
Josh's OC for?
I really did think that he was gonna take Mitch with him
New
to New
York.
York.
That's what I thought too. I was like, that's 100% like that way, right?
I guess it was just the uncertainty at quarterback when I guess he wasn't sure. Like, hey, can you make me? So he's like, ah, you gotta win it. And in Pittsburgh, I'm pretty sure there was no like Mason's there, but like I mean, it wasn't a real threat.
Yeah. I guess no one else
And
is
then,
gonna. No one else in the Discord has balls to come in. They're all afraid.
oh, who was that? They. I mean, there's a lot of predictions on where Jimmy G is going. I guess that's one, but I mean, like Jimmy G is not going to like no team's gonna pick up Jimmy G or trade for him at his salary, especially if they don't need him for the
Yeah,
year.
especially since the 49ers said they're cutting his ass. I mean, someone will
Yeah,
sign him, I would imagine, but
exactly. Like
not till he's
why
cut.
would you trade and eat 27 million
Yeah, it's
when
stupid.
if you're a real contender for Jimmy G, he's not gonna go to some team where he's gonna be a backup.
Nope, he wants to still start, and I don't know where he's gonna
Like,
go.
like if Deshaun's out for the year, yeah,
Yeah,
he can
Browns. Yeah,
go to the
that makes
Browns.
sense.
The Jets, Zach Wilson's not going to be out for the year, so there's no reason for the Jets to pay that money to take him for a year because he's
Yeah,
going to be there for a year.
Giants fans are so departed on
Seattle's
Daniel
taking.
Jones. They don't like Daniel Jones. Some do, some don't. Amir was pointing out that there's an annoying part of the fan base that won't let Daniel Jones just die off like he's supposed to. And I think
I'm a Daniel Jones supporter. 'Cause
yeah, I'm
I
a
hate
Daniel
the
Jones
Giants.
truther. They don't understand what they're missing. I'm with the Giants fans who support Daniel P. Dimes.
If
George
I was a
Pickens.
serious troll, I'd have like two born. I'd have a burner for every team that I hated, and I would just be pumping
If
the
I had the money, I'd
worst
have a Daniel
players.
Jones jersey, and I'd also have a fat head of
Oh, no, I'd have a fat head of Dave
Gettleman.
Gettleman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with a rosary
he's
beater
my
on it.
screensaver. Yeah, Gettleman we trust.
You don't understand that how Patriots fans feel about the GOAT Daniel Jones and the GOAT Dave Gettleman.
David
Ruined a
Gettleman
Super Bowl
did
team.
what nobody could do.
Just
he
destroyed
did
a
what Tom
fucking.
Brady and Bill Belichick couldn't.
He
Destroyed the
destroyed a
Giants.
fucking great Giants team that could have probably won another Super Bowl the year after, but you know.
Like, nah, we don't need good coaching. Let's go with Ben McAdoo.
And then that dipshit hired Ben McAdoo, who ruined Eli's like Iron Man streak for no fucking
For
reason.
no reason. It was and what was as stupid is that we all know that he had to have gotten approval for that, and they let him do it.
Yeah, Eli, because he's not a fucking bitch-made diva. Let him took it like a man. Dude, that was so dirty. I still don't understand why they did that to Eli. Like that was like his only way of getting a record, and they just took that motherfucker from him.
And Eli came. You know that Eli probably wanted to retire a couple years earlier, and they were like, "Oh, please, Eli,
Yeah,
we need you." Eli. He came back, and they fucked him.
I mean, no one will ever probably touch his games played, but he didn't get to set any he just didn't get to finalize it on his own. Ugh. Can't wait to see. Yeah, exactly, Nathan. It was a good week. If you want to hear more about our thoughts on week 1, you can go back and my thoughts anyway, and the chat's thoughts when the stream's over. Yeah, Joe Judge is part of the Pats coaching staff. He doesn't have a very he could be a play caller, but who cares? George Pickens threw a Seattle defender to the turf. His actions scare me. Yeah, no, they gotta reel in George Pickens just a little bit. He's gonna get a lot of roughing or unnecessary roughness thrown on him. I like the energy that he plays with, but man, is he unhinged for some reason. He's certainly pissed off that he was skipped over and drafted so lowly on. Oh, yeah, he's getting in fights. I can't wait to see the fights that George... Dude, he plays exactly how I imagined a player like him. When I seen the picture of him just standing there, menacingly staring.
Absolute psycho.
Yeah, just fucking with the fucking Ballard clava on for some reason. At his own draft party, he had a ski mask on. That shit was... That's my favorite image of a human being. Oh, dude, he's 100% getting in a fist fight within 4 weeks of the regular season starting. Yeah, Marcus Peters is going to get the shit beat out of him if he tries. See, the thing is, I don't know how many guys are actually going to try George Pickens. He's a scary-looking fucking dude. He's a lot shorter than I thought he'd be, though. That's one thing I'll say. I thought he was 6'5" for some reason. You tired from football, Kenny? You had fun, though? I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you're having fun with football. Good to hear. Good to hear. Oh, he's not even a diamond in the rough kind of guy. He's going to be good. It's just, can he keep his fucking attitude in check and get his temper a little bit under, bring it down to a 8 instead of a 20. If that makes sense at all. In my head, that makes perfect sense. He was doing the little AB dance. Oh, that's cool. A little homage to one of the better Steelers receivers of all times. Because I will say, the dominant run that AB went on when he was the best receiver in the league, that shit, he literally could have passed, what's his name? If he was able to somehow keep that up for another, 5 years, they said, he would, his numbers would literally start to look like Jerry Rice's. It was some crazy fucking trajectory because he was getting 1,400 yards a season and just shitting on the league. Dude was an actual cheat code. And then he lost his mind when Burfict hit him. And now he's, doing dances at Rolling Loud and really just making a complete asshole of himself.
He did get it back when he got bonked on the head by that weight
Wait.
set.
And then he
And then he
lost
got
it again.
checked out and got some medication. Then
And
he
then he
cooked
yelled
up,
at. Then
was it
started living with Tom Brady for a while. Shit got good for him for a minute.
and then Kanye got him off his medication.
Yep. Now he's crazy again.
Now he's crazy, just doing his dance.
Well, Kenny, all I have to say is hopefully you get some good sleep tonight. You know, at least you don't have to do any of the working out unless you just do it for fun anyway. Kind of like the hype coach who just works out with the team. I wouldn't do that though. Maybe been on more teams than I can. Oh hell yeah! Well, that's fine, Nathan. You know, he sometimes probably pays for it. I'm not gonna accuse AB of being a guy who always pays for things, because you know that wouldn't be true. It's a very casual, like low key burn. It's like, you know, he doesn't pay for everything that he gets. Isn't that stealing? Yeah. Kind of the textbook definition of what he does. He steals a lot of services from people. We learned that when he got sued for like 1.6 million because the girl said, "Well, you said you were like," he signed a bunch of paperwork that he'd pay her the money and shit. And then they had the sex, and he was like, "I ain't paying you now, bitch." and then he tried it. That whole lawsuit was silly. We played the Carolina Panthers, top 5 team in the league. You may know them as the Carolina Panthers, but they're the Carolina Panthers with Baker Mayfield.
I wonder who they're gonna start in that game, because he played them both in the last game. Baker got to start last time.
I feel like Darnold is going to be played in the second half more often to make him look better, so teams maybe get tricked into being like, well, we'll trade for him.
You know, that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to use him. Yeah.
They're really trying to see what Baker has.
Because they got to throw Baker with starters right now. Like, Sam's already know what's the starting receivers. They didn't really add any new, like, super receivers, so, like, timing-wise, Darnold should be timed in and ready to go with these guys for the most part. Baker needs more snaps, in all honesty.
It makes a lot of sense because that's what they did in the last game. Because even though Darnold got the ball in a more favorable position on the field and got the touchdown, everything you heard was, "Oh yeah, well Darnold got the touchdown, so Darnold was probably better."
It's like, no, he literally came in against second and third stringers. Baker played the starters, and then Baker did a bunch of driving, and he was just doing timing snaps. It's less about wins sometimes for some teams in preseason and way more about just getting the timing right. Like for the Colts, I don't think they gave a shit how that game turned out. Oh, look at that. We walked away with the loss. Darn. Or we walked away with the win. Hurrah. Only weird teams like the Ravens give a flying fuck about winning in the preseason, and that's because like that's what they do. I don't remember when they last lost in the preseason. I think they've won 8 in a row.
I don't know. It might be more. I think they're one of those teams that's on one of those crazy preseason win streaks.
Yeah, I think it's like 8 or 9. It's fucking. That's a crazy number. That's like in the future that'd be 3 fucking straight years without a preseason loss.
Most teams are just like, yeah, let's see how we look. Let's try this. Of course, they're not throwing out like their fucking Week 10 packages. But
is it 21 straight actually?
Yeah, there we go. It's something stupid. It's something ridiculous.
It might even be as far back as 2015 was the last time their preseason loss. Wow.
Absolute fucking tryhards.
Dude, it's like, what are you guys doing? I'd be like, I hate playing these guys.
Yeah, they're like, fuck it, first string, let's go.
All right, Mark, go. 2-minute offense every game.
Yeah,
why are we doing this, coach?
Full blitzes and disguises and fucking crazy shit.
It's because they had Wink Martindale, too, and he was blitzing everybody when everyone else is like, all right, Wink, we're just going to play a nice, easy game. Yeah, sure. Pussy. What? I heard you, like, mutter something, dude. No, nothing, fucking pussies. Wait, dude, you're not even trying anymore. You're just aggressively calling us pussies. Fucking beta bitches. I'm blitzing every play now. It's like, you're, like, talking into a megaphone, right? Right, Wink?
Yeah, like, your fucking mic's still on, dude.
Oh.
He's the fucking loudspeaker. The whole fucking defense, like, other teams just looking at him like, bro.
He's just looking at him like, please don't hurt me. I'm 75 years old. Funny thing though, if anybody watches South Park, I've been kind of posting about it in my Discord, but their 25th anniversary was the 13th or something like that. It was real recently, and they decided to do a 25th anniversary concert, an actual like concert with the band Primus, Ween. They did some songs with Who's Ever Alive from Rush still instead of Neil Peart's dead, but the other two are alive, so they performed. But yeah, they put on a like 2.5 hour long concert of a bunch of their famous songs from the show. And they also performed some songs with Primus. They performed some songs with Rush. Ween did a song or two. For sure, Kenny, no worries. And it was quite the performance. A lot of their classic songs were played. It was really good. It was a live performance at the Red Rocks Amphitheater in Colorado. So it was a pretty hyped up show. Lamar, he's probably 200 million easy, right?
I mean, I want to put Lamar at MVP, but I mean, just like, what do you expect from him? Like, his top, he has like Rashad Bateman and Mark Andrews.
If they win the division, he's probably the MVP again this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wouldn't put Lamar I would put him as a pretty good odds to win that award this year. If the Ravens are good, it's him.
Yeah.
Like
It's literally all him, and I don't think they want that because if it's him, they're paying him $230.
Yeah, they're giving him Lamar money.
They can't do anything. If they tried to franchise tag him, the fan base would fucking go crazy.
Because he's gonna leave and go to Miami if that's the case. They have to be so fucking careful with him. Because if they insult him, he knows where he can go.
I need to go fucking start some burners and pay Lamar, please.
Right. It's like, please don't let him come to Miami.
We can't let him go to Miami.
Yeah, dude. Lamar's dangerous, and they have very dangerous head coaching down there. They're a team built for quite a bit of success, in all honesty. But the thing that I really I have problems with Miami is literally the quarterback. And it's all because of. But like, if Tua comes out throwing fucking rockets, I'll be like, that looks like another one I was optimistically incorrect about. Because it's not that I don't again. I've always told you my exact thoughts on Tua. Hyper accurate young quarterback. Major concerns though with arm power, which is something that can be fixed, right? But again, James White and Bo Jackson both had the same injury that Tua had. And both of their careers were ended by this injury. So now I know of 3 pro athletes that have had this exact injury. And 2 of the 3 have completely fallen apart, and they were never able to play again at a good level. James White James White was already at the end of his career, so that's not a fair one to add. And I don't think I'll use him going forward. But like young player getting it, like Bo and Tua's one of 2.
Looking at that, like when you look at him, I don't because I've asked him and it seems like he didn't really work with a throwing coach. But I'm gonna go ahead and assume that probably halfway through the season his arm's gonna go out, especially if they're trying to make him throw deep.
Yeah,
which I don't think they should.
We'll see what happens though. If he can't throw deep, he's not gonna last long with the receiving core he's got.
Again, I'd rather him try to throw it deep because it's gonna
easy picks
hang up in the air, and I'd rather have our corners given the opportunity to snag it as opposed to him throwing it short.
He could,
because if he throws it short, Tyreek can take
unbeatable. Yeah, and he's unbeatable.
And I don't want that
shit. And he's so good at throwing it short.
Yeah.
The storylines for Week 1 in 2022. Yeah, I mean, we can do a stream about that in the future for like fun storylines to look out for heading into the season once we get things worked out. If Wilson is out for longer than 2, he's probably going to be out for the first 2 to 4 weeks of the regular season because I think those are injury being put on the injured list is like. I think it counts for regular season games, so he has to miss like 2 to 4 games. I mean, I guess he could return by week 2 or by week 3, but
I think if he goes, I want to say it's 4. I think it used to be 6.
Yeah, I think it's 2 to 4 because of what the nature of the injury, and he got hurt in the preseason, so I think it's a special bracket. But right now, I'm pretty sure the best bet is to just go 4 to 6 with him. It's like don't rush back a torn knee.
Yeah, no,
maybe tempting, but
they're rushing him. And again, the same knee as he hurt last year.
Yeah, well, a lot of people like to talk about storylines. I'm just not much of a storyline guy with football. I just, because a lot of the times media just makes shit up, and it's like I can make up
Yeah.
way funnier
Yeah, a
things.
lot of the time it's not a real storyline. It's like, oh
No,
my God,
it's
this
just
guy was at this one place this one time 30 years ago. It's like, yeah, okay, I don't think either one of them
like them
care
pretending
anymore.
Brady and Belichick hated each other, and then that
I hate
storyline
that.
just collapsed
They
in on
ruined
itself
that for
last
me.
year. Dude, literally, that made it so I don't trust anything the media tells me. Because literally, it was like, well, maybe they do hate each other. But then you find out, like,
Especially,
they're in regular communication all the time. Still, like, all the time they text each other now. No one really talks about that part, right? What else is going on
especially
that people...
Boston media. I
Yeah, they
kind of
also,
avoid them.
or the fact that they had that behind closed meeting door, and then they both talked about the same exact thing as what they talked about, like in the. So either they really planned the shit out to kind of squash it, and they don't like each other, or people just misread shit and mislook into like signs. I don't know. I've never seen a clip of them two not getting along together very well in like around each other. I was like, I don't even see what everybody else is seeing that would make me go, yeah, them two guys fucking hate each other. Like, I don't.
Yeah, every
What's
behind the scenes clip is like a Rain Man Beautiful Mind. Like, oh yeah, the defense does this, the offense does this kind of shit.
like the Ray Lewis
Them
clip?
fucking connecting. Yeah.
Like that Ray Lewis clip is like, I guys, I don't know. I don't see any malice between these two dudes. I listened to, that was just an unfortunate mistake. Wilson dived into, dude. The number one rule we were talking about it, Nathan, is if you're a running quarterback like Wilson is, you know what time of the year you should not be running in? August.
Yeah. It's the time to work on throws.
Yeah,
'Cause
what is he?
if you
He
throw two
knows he can
interceptions
run.
in the preseason, it doesn't matter because it's the
Yeah, you can
preseason.
just throw picks in the like. It's like, Wilson. Everybody knows you can run. You didn't need to run at all. What are you training to run? Yeah, getting my instincts sharp. Your line is good now. You don't have to run every. Like, what are you? Why are you doing that?
Because I heard them try to explain it away on a show this morning. It was like, oh well, because your reflexes, and it's like, yeah, but like if you're not smart enough to
Run out
know
of bounds.
not to throw in the preseason, I mean not to run in the preseason. I mean,
There's really no defending that. It's like, dude, what's he doing running in the
yeah,
preseason? I don't even
you're
think
just saying that
Lamar
he's
runs.
yeah, you're just saying he's gonna make bad decisions.
I
He's
think
gonna
Lamar
keep
just
doing
runs
it.
out of bounds after like 2 yards. He just goes,
This is not worth it. Even in games, it's generally not worth it.
Yeah, especially if you're like a kind of an unlucky player. Like, you should probably
Diving
not.
for a yard, stupid. Just
At
go out.
least, dude, I thought for sure he fucked his ACL up, and then I started seeing reports that he messed his ACL. I was like, well, that's that. There goes his ACL, and then
Yeah,
everyone's
he
like,
just kind of
oh,
tumbled, and I was like, I don't know. Too bad for the Jets. But luckily,
everyone's
he's coming back.
yeah. I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad too. Oh shit, this has gone on pretty long. It's about 2 hours in. It's 11:10 for me. I'll go for another 10 minutes or so.
Anyway.
What's up?
Yeah, I probably need to go to sleep. Well, I should be sleeping. I'm off Friday. I don't care.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm probably gonna stay on for another like 10 minutes or so, then get out of here.
I think there's not too many more things.
No,
That were,
we kind of beat up
surprising or
on.
shocking.
Yeah, week one wasn't really that crazy. I mean, I even went 10-6 on my picks, so I did pretty good. I struggled out of the gate, and 2 of the games, if I had gone with my initial pick, I'd have gone 12-4. But I didn't want to pick the Patriots to lose, and I didn't really want to pick the Lions to lose either. Though I was kind of well aware that the likelihood was them losing. Kind of confusing, but
If I wouldn't even say Mac Jones. If Brian Hoyer had played one more series, then we would have won that game like 30 to whatever. And if we didn't swap out even the second string receivers for the like super low receivers, we would have won that game. But again,
yeah.
it's preseason, so it doesn't really matter. It's about them playing, not about winning it.
I thought Madden 23 came out today.
I mean, as long as Mac Jones is on the cover, I mean, I don't care. So
Yeah, it's weird that Mac wasn't on the cover this year, despite being voted to be put on the cover. Wow, we're at 18 likes on this stream. Holy shit. Well, if those are all legit, thank you guys. I appreciate that. That's really cool. 111 views. All right, that's not bad for a stream that started off kind of slow.
I still have not watched Hard Knocks. and I need to. I just haven't.
I understand.
There's-
It's understandable.
I'm probably not going to because I'll end up watching it later, but I'm not gonna watch it now.
It's one of them things where it's like I'm not the biggest Lions fan, so
I'll still consume it. It's just like there's a bunch of stuff out for me to catch up on. I'm in this stream and watching a thing for Pokemon Unite. Then there's a Patriots thing tomorrow morning that I can listen to doing work because I can't watch it. There's just so much stuff. And then preseason Thursday again.
yep, can't
the
wait.
Patriots are in that game.
I can look up schedule. We'll look at the games we're doing. That's another thing. We can look up games we're gonna look at. No, the 19th, the 15th is early access. Oh, some people got early access. People paid for it. Rich people. Or people who saved up for it, I guess. It's not necessarily a rich person thing to get a video game. No, it's Bears versus Seahawks. We play Friday night, though, which we'll cover.
Oh yeah, that was that weird thing where I said it and you were like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, what? Yeah." I don't know what the Friday's about. I'm not mad at it. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it feels weird. Let's see. So we got Bears Seahawks on Thursday. We'll cover that, I guess, for a little while. Probably like 3 quarters or so, and then we'll get the hell away from it. We'll cover the entire Panthers Patriots game because it's the Patriots. And that'll be it for that because that's 7 o'clock. That'll take us to like 10 o'clock almost. And then the Lions play the
is
Colts.
playing in that next game. Oh, I skipped.
Oh, what's up?
Oh no, you were going over what you were covering. I thought you were going to.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just going over games I want to cover. Yeah, we'll do Lions and Colts as well. Hopefully the Lions beat the Colts, but you never know. Is there any game worth doing later that night? Titans, Bucks, no Brady, so fuck that. Nope. Definitely not. That might not actually be that bad. But I'm
You don't have to cover it, but I'll watch the Dolphins Raiders.
I'll think about it, but I don't know. I don't think I want to like cram my schedule like that again this weekend.
Yeah, I don't think any of them will really be. I won't get anything from just that Cowboys game.
Ravens Cardinals 100% covering that one because that's like try hard game of the century. Cardinals who scored 36 last week and the Ravens who never lose in the playoffs. Denver Bills.
Oh, but that's you don't need to watch the Bengals stomping the Giants.
Yeah, we don't want to watch that. And then of course we'll cover Monday Night Football with Falcons and Jets. Yeah, not a bad schedule. And then Tuesday, obviously, we'll put out the picks video that week. That'll be like a normal week of the regular season. I'm excited. I have to put that video out. I've made like the rough version of the PowerPoint. Now I just have to think about what picks I got to do. Because now I just got to input scores. I did records and who's facing who at what time. And it's all laid out nicely. Now I just got to pick the fun part.
I just want to see if the Bills look terrible. They're getting to a point where
they're probably playing starters this week.
Yeah. I do like going to their streams and kind of lurking and listening to see what they're pretending and who has wronged them this time.
Yeah, are they finally getting over the Patriots? Or oh no, they're not because of Mac Jones. I forgot he's like a devil to them or some shit. They hate him so much. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
It's like
I gotta guess why, but it's like, yeah. It's like, you guys are supposed to suck for 20 years like we did. It was like, nah, you just suck. We don't care.
It's like, dude, and like I think they might be upset because like the whole league likes Mac Jones, including players, coaches. They're like,
I mean, he was a Pro Bowl quarterback,
and he was at Alabama.
I understand it. They're a little jealous.
I mean, like the kid's always been considered a top player. Like I don't know, he's a poor kid. He's crucified for literally just being a big fan of football. Poor Mac. Tomlin will take the Jags seriously.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Yeah, you guys are losing to Jacksonville, aren't you? Well, no, that was more like a Big Ben thing, wasn't it? I feel like that's not like a Steelers thing. I feel like that was a Big Ben problem more than a Steelers problem. But then again, I don't know how you guys fared without Big Ben sometimes when you'd be out, when you'd have to play the Jaguars. So if you guys still lost, it's like, oh, maybe it's a Tomlin thing. He just can't play that fucking team. It's like the Patriots and the Jaguars, 2 things every Steelers fan is scared of. For equal understanding, Jaguars, scary animal.
You know what? I might try to find some time to watch that Steelers game because
Just get an idea what you got going or seen.
yeah, personal bias. I think Flores is gonna help them just fucking steamroll people. Now the problem is the offense, but like I think that defense is gonna steamroll people.
Oh, yeah, their defense is going to be gnarly. The Steelers?
I don't want them to get us in week 2, but like, yeah.
I'd rather play them early, though.
Yeah, I really play early before whoever the quarterback is gets some confidence. Just fuck his life up and make Mitch go sit back on the bench.
So I'm just reading something really fast.
I'm reading Steelers Nation. Honestly, I think our offense is gonna be a much better unit without Ben. I don't know. That's something to experience, but I get it. Mitch can run. Mitch can still throw. You still got what do they call him? Mapletron. Too soon, but I like it. It's catchy.
Read something. Sorry about that. I'm back.
Oh, Gunnar Olszewski. I was like, what Gunnar? I thought you meant like a Gunnar, like a return.
Yeah, Gunner's nice. He's a nice returner.
If his hands work, I mean, the problem is it's not consistent.
Yep.
Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Yep, because he dropped. He's on his 3rd team in 3 years now, or something like that. That's never a good sign. All right, though. I think I'm gonna start to wrap this up, man. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Let me get off of here.
Later.
Later.
I appreciate you, man. Later. All right, everybody. Thank you to Mike for coming on. I appreciate that. It helped out the last little back end of the stream there. Hopefully, it was a nice change of pace to have people come on and talk stuff. And we'll see how Gunner does. Hopefully, he does well. Yeah, you too, Nathan. Thanks for stopping in, man. Nice to see you. Nice to talk football again without you getting mad and being like, fuck this guy. He doesn't ever let me talk football anymore. Now we can talk football. Hooray. Yeah, Bills do have the punt god, Matt Ariza. That guy he bombed. That's the one thing we also didn't talk about, how far he was punting the ball. That was crazy. All right, we're over 2 hours. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Again, we'll be live tomorrow for... I don't know. Not sure what, but I'll figure out something we can stream tomorrow. I'm not I'm not like a psychic, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, there's not much more to talk about until he's actually suspended. But, and then we'll just be like, well, he's suspended officially longer. Or not, and then we move on from then, it's just until and then the trial happens, then we talk about him, and then not really much more to talk about. All right, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for another fun stream tonight. Have a great rest of your evening, morning, day, whenever you listen to this. Sorry for the burp. Oh, that was a shitty little tiny burp. All right, whatever. All right, bye-bye, guys. Have a great rest of your evening. I appreciate you listening. Fun talk. All right, peace out. Go Lions, go Tigers, and, of course, it's always go Patriots. I'll see you when I see you next. I'll let you know if I'm streaming tomorrow. I'm not 100%. I might just chill tomorrow, or I might play games, or I might do gaming tomorrow. It kind of feels right. So I'll figure out what game to play, and then we'll do some of that, and we'll have a fun time. All right, I'll see you guys. I'll see you then.